I'm John Gray. In this segment, we're going to present on the benefits of the larger three-phase UPSs in the V series, specifically the Galaxy VM and the Galaxy VX, which I'm standing in front of. Now, both units take up a small footprint and can be put up on a wall or back to back because there's no rear access requirement, therefore saving space in the power room. We can do a top feed or a bottom feed. Both units have 3 high efficiency operating modes: double conversion, eco mode, and the Schneider Electric patented e-conversion mode. Let's take a look. We can see here that we are in e-conversion, and right here at this node, the power goes out to the load as well as through the inverter, which is a bidirectional converter that holds the DC bus constant, charges the batteries, and performs power factor correction to the load. That's important because we can avoid power factor penalties associated with the IT mission critical load. Now, this UPS, the VX, can size from 500 kW to 1500 kW in 250 kilowatt cabinet power cabinets, whereas the Galaxy VM is a single power cabinet with input-output maintenance bypass cabinet, and the capacity of that UPS is 140 kW, 160 kW, or 200 kW. Both feature fans that can be hot swapped, replaced while the unit is energized, and that is because they are 24-volt DC safe around the world and safe by Schneider Electric safety policy. Both units use a 6 power block configuration in the power cabinets, and each of the inverter power blocks use a patented 4-level inverter. And this is important because it reduces the voltage stress on the semiconductors, and that is one of the leading causes of power semiconductor failure. So by reducing the voltage stress with our patented circuit, we've actually extended the life of those individual components and therefore increase the reliability and reduce service interruptions. Extremely important. The UPS is very simple to operate, yet not easy to mess up or cause an outage due to human error, which is one of the leading causes of UPS failure. It is also very simple to install and start up. Maintenance is very minimal. Field service engineers can connect to this USB port here with their laptop, perform diagnostics, push firmware upgrades. At this USB port, the end user can download logs and send those to Schneider Electric for assistance on troubleshooting and questions. Now look at the operating screens here. Another key differentiator on both the VM and the VX is we have 2 discrete operator interfaces. First, this touchscreen GUI, and the second, the LED readout with push buttons. This touchscreen GUI can actually be replaced while the unit is energized carrying load because the main controls are inside this cabinet. Let's go down and take a look at one of these power cabinets. We'll look at the power modules as I talked about, and we'll look at how easy it is to move it around. I have a de-energized model here. You can see it's on casters. So this arrives on site on a pallet, and we can pallet jack it wherever we want to. Let me spin it so we can look at the sides. There are only 2 connection points in the UPS. Power bus is stacked, and we connect cabinet to cabinet here with links. And then as we go up the cabinet, our power cabinet controllers are connected to the main controller via fiber optic through this chase here. Let me spin it 90 degrees, and you can see that there's no rear access here. Let me spin it again, and you can see the side. Now, if this were the end cap, we would have skins on it. We can actually add power cabinets to the solution as long as the input-output cabinet and the breakers and cabling can support that additional capacity. So that can be added for capacity or redundancy. Let me spin this 90 degrees again, and let's look inside. I talked about the fans. The fans, we have redundancy in them. They are easily removed. There's one screw, a Molex connector, and some retaining ears. Let me open this to show you the back side. As you can see, the fans are encapsulated. And if we can zoom in, we can see that they're 24-volt DC, making them safe by Schneider Electric safety policy. If we go over the layout, we can look at start at the very top. The power cabinet controller and the power supply is at the very top. As we move down, we have power blocks for A phase, block A1 and A2. Connections to the cabinet controller are copper as well as fiber. As we move down, we have the rectifier. And then below that is B phase. And I have this power block removed so we can see the riser bus where these connect. Still below this shelf is the power bus that carries all the power. And then we have C-phase power blocks. Let me pull one of these power blocks over here so we can take a look at them. We can see here the fingers that actually grab that riser bus. We can also see the heat sinks. This is where that 4-level IGBT circuit is. That 4-level IGBT patented circuit that gives us that longevity. Then this is the front, and we can see the capacitors here, and then the heat sinks here. We can also see that the power block has enclosure around it to channel air, and it gives us a level of electromagnetic shielding, which is great. Let's look and talk a little bit about the installation. I want to point out down here at the very bottom, we have bolts that run through the entire cabinet. At the back side, let me spin this. At the back side, we have conical ends on those bolts. Now we have those so that we can install them and secure them to the brackets that ship on the pallet with each cabinet. Now this is for the input-output cabinet, this bracket here. We can install it on slab-on-grade, raised floor, or housekeeping pad. What we do is we level and square the assembly. Then we roll up each cabinet and we start to seat those bolts into this conical nut, which is welded on. Once we achieve that solid connection, we then connect and install the bus connectors. Let me show you what that looks like over here. I can bring these almost side to side, and if we come over here and take a look, we can see how they made up to the adjacent cabinet here. So we have bus links that are designed from connecting from here to here on the bottom set of bus, as well as links connect from here to here. A very simple, straightforward installation. Flexible, efficient, highly efficient.